Hi guys, it's Blackie, and today we're going to talk about some new product development. Now I've hinted at this before, and those of you that were at the Pathfinder gathering, you got to kind of get to see a little early rendition. And since I've had so many requests about this, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. What it is I'm doing some product development with some friends of mine. One is Made Ready Gear with my friend Trinity Sainer. We're developing some pouches to go with the Blackbird system. We've already seen this one right here that I showed in my cordage video. And what this is actually a small belt pouch that fits perfectly onto the Blackbird haversack strap. It's got a vertical zipper on the side. And so that means that if I'm wearing it as a belt pouch, this way it's on the top. And also that when I'm wearing it on my strap, it's in the correct position for me to open up and get stuff out of it. Now what this is, what we're testing it for, is to be a task pouch. And what that means is cordage. I'm going to put my cordage in here, and I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. I'm going to need access to my cordage. It goes in here. I could also put my compass, my little bitty notebook, my little bitty folded up map, my pacing beads and stuff in here. This extra loop on the top where I can hook a carabiner to it and clip it to another piece of gear is also where I could put my ranger beads onto it. So that as I'm pacing, I can mark. All of this to attach to the side of the Blackbird strap. And that means I've got a task pouch because I'm doing X. And I need to get that stuff a lot in several small things, but I'm going to need them often, but not all at once. Well, that's where this comes in. I can put the whatever in here. It becomes the compass pouch and the map and the stuff when I'm doing land nav. It becomes the fishing kit whenever I'm easing along the bank with a small fishing rig and I may need another piece of hooks or whatever. It goes in here. I can interchange out and empty this pouch out as it's needed for the jobs it's needed. And a little advantage to it is it slides down, and the extra loop that's on mine for on my strap for the bandsaw blade, the buck saw blade, it stops near the bottom and it comes up and hooks on that so it don't want to fall off. Let me show you that up close. See, this is where that tube stops and it leaves that lip. Well, once you push it past it, it locks onto that, but all I got to do is just pull it out to go past it, come on up past it. But it'll automatically lock and hold the whole pack. That means that when I'm wearing it like this, it puts it right here at quick and easy grab where I can access my stuff and yet it still be relatively out of the way. And then this can come off and go back in the pack when not needed. But it's what is the task. This is a task pouch is what this is. Now the second pouch is bigger, and that's this pouch, and it's an adaptation of something she's already been making. It's a zippered pouch right here that I wanted something bigger and longer for use whenever I'm doing things like this. Field guides, like the field guide to trees. When I'm out here doing stuff like plant identification or whatever, and I wanted a large enough one that I could take one of these field guides and slide it into, again, to have my notebook or whatever, me collecting samples or whatever, I wanted a pouch I could hook easily to the outside to make it a quick, bigger version of this to hook to the pack. So that this probably right in the backpack till I got there. And then it would come off and hook to this. And it will simply hook, as you can see right there, with twist ties or soft shackles to the straps of the Blackbird and be that way. So I could also hook this to my belt if I want to, again with the soft shackles. I could hook it to the inside or to the back side if I wanted to, wherever I wanted to add this extra pouch as a bigger task pouch. With my personal thought being for field manuals, field guides, stuff like that I'm doing plant identification, I'm doing animal identification, I'm doing whatever, and I need one of them field guides handy, this is the perfect size pouch to drop it into. So I'm doing field testing right now on these two pouches to see how they work and see if they're going to work out in the type of job I'm planning. I want it to be, I'm so modular. I want the Blackbird system to be completely modular, where you plug in what you need, but don't carry junk you don't need for right now. So for example, we're going to go fishing. I'll take that small task pouch and I'll put that little bit of fishing gear I need into it, and I'll hook it to the strap of the bag. Super simple. Once I get there, I can either leave it on the strap of the bag or slide it off and put it onto my belt and utilize it as a small, like, belly bag over here for what little I need for fishing with a cane pole or etc. You understand? Or compass, land nav. I can hook it onto the strap and it'll stay in position and keep my pacing beads, keep my compass, keep my little map section, keep my protractor, etc. Those tools I may need for this land navigation right here, where I don't have to dig back into the haversack. Yet it's still part of the set. See what I'm saying? So that the core of my haversack stays the same. I'm just adding to it. Okay. The large pouch that goes up on the outside of the flap, that's for the big field manuals, the bigger stuff. Something where I need to have something handy. Say I'm going out and I'm gathering wild edibles and stuff. That's a good pouch for that. I can zip it, put it in there, zip it up. It's waterproof / water resistant, you understand. Cordura, and therefore it's tough and rugged and reliable. And so it'll hold on. It can come off and I can take those two soft shackles and hook them to my belt and carry it as a hip belt or by itself. See, that's the thing. I want it modular. So I'm not having to dig through my pack to produce what I need. I only have to do that once. So let's say I'm going to set up to do plant identification. All I got to do is pull out my field guide, put in there, pull out whatever tools I need, put in there, the notebook that I'm personally cataloging what I'm learning, etc., go in there, zip it up, and I can go down the trail with my hands free and go, okay, bring that out, do my identification, do my stuff, and be able to sit it without having to bury it back in that haversack every time. Now, another piece of kit, those that were at the Pathfinder Gathering got to see, was a pad I'm testing that's part of the Nighthawk. And here's the Nighthawk where I've taken it back off of that Alice Pack frame. I wanted a soft frame for this, remember? So, talking with Trinity, what we've come up with is this. I use an S-carabiner to hold it, to close this up. Roll up the top, and then you reach right here into the back, into that pouch, and out comes the pad. The pad acts as the frame for the Nighthawk, and it acts as a sitting pad. So when I get here, I can just slide it out without having to unpack my Nighthawk. This will slide back into that tube and out. I wanted it to be multi-function, so we've got it here in two colors. You can make these in solids too, but I wanted it as a signaling panel. It's a pad that's fairly thick, almost like an inch thick right there. So it gives me good protection. So when I put it down and sit down on it, I'm padded from rocks, wet ground, etc. Again, it's waterproof Cordura, so therefore it's going to protect my sensitive areas. But it's more than just a pad. It's got these loops on it. I can run a rope through these, and by simply opening up the Velcro top, I can pull thick pad out. I can still sit on that pad. It's closed cell, so it's not going to absorb water. But now I've got a bag, and this bag can be used as a gathering bag. It will even, for short and temporary transports from A to B, to fill up a well, hold water. I can put the cord in it and carry it around my thing for gathering smalls and stuff. In real rainy weather, I can open this up and shake everything off it and then stuff it in here and zip it back up, see? And it'll keep it from getting wet. So the bag will act as a gathering bag. It'll act as a water carrier. It will act as a signaling pad. It'll act as an emergency pack, should I need such thing. Also in use with the Nighthawk. Whenever I'm caught in a ground pounding position that I didn't plan on being out here for whatever reason, I can take everything out of the Nighthawk to set up my camp. Take my haversack off, fill the Nighthawk up about 2/3 the way, with leaves and stuff, roll the top down and get on this side and use it as a leaf tick, something for me to lay on to insulate me from the ground, right? This pad I slide out will then go to the bottom, and since it comes out and can be filled, I'll fill it full of leaves and stuff and put it right here at my butt to extend it. Now there's enough room for me to put my butt and my back onto it to extend my leaf tick. My core is now insulated. Plus, that pad can be put there as well for my legs to lie on. So I'm going to be curled up in a fetal anyway up under that small tarp. That means I can make an improvised ground pad out of it between this, the bag, and the Blackbird itself, all of them together. Now I'm doing field trials on all of this. We're not ready to go to sale yet, but several of you have asked because you saw it at Pathfinder and you want to know what's going on. We will be doing it if there might be some little tweaks to the design, okay? But right now, that's where we're at. So the small accessory pouch, the large accessory pouch, and then the pad. And we're looking at a price somewhere around $25 or less for any of them. So therefore, a frame to go into the Nighthawk, a gather bag, a water carrier, a signaling device, a thing to sit on in the weather that you can pull in and out easily. Now those of you that don't have the Nighthawk, it also fits the German Alpine Ruck. In the back, it's got the same type pocket, and it's where I got the idea. It's perfect size to come up, and using the retention straps in the German Alpine Ruck, there's your frame for the German Alpine Rucksack. Do the same job it would do in the Nighthawk. So for those of you that have, for the many years I carried that pack and sung the praises of that pack, and you bought one, you're not left out. You can get one of these pads and do the same job. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys, and thank you so much for your feedback, because that's where these products are coming from. It's from you guys and my experience and my stuff and us talking back and forth of what you'd like to see. I want a system, the Blackbird system needs to be modular and adapted to your situation so that I buy the components I want or need. Maybe I don't want the Nighthawk, but I've already got one of the German Alpines. Well then, the pad works with that, and this other stuff works with your Black Hawk haversack, etc. That's the idea of it. Please leave any questions or comments down there. I'd love to hear from you guys and your feedback. And is there some piece of kit you'd like to see me come up with? Something that would adapt the system to do something a little bit different? Let me know. That's what we're here for, is to figure it out and bring it to you. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.